Hey everyone, this is the ShutInBakas. My name is Chris, and I'm here with Jared.
I'm back again for like the third time.
It's been more than that, but you have very long intervals between coming online.
Yes, I'm lazy.
That is true. No, Forza 5 has had the best of them for like the past couple weeks or so. So, today we'll be doing a review for a show that Jared got me to watch called How Not to Summon a Demon Lord, or Lord forbid, once again, how I'm going to pronounce this. Isekai Mao To Shokan Shoujo no Dori Majutsu. God, I almost got it first try. Almost. So,
Light novel names.
well, I mean, it's not the worst one I've seen. I mean, I honestly think one of the worst ones I've seen in recent times is the Finest Assassin, becoming a fucking aristocrat or whatever it was. I have nothing to say about that show other than it's being made by the Redo of Healer person, so, you know. I don't know. I won't lie to everyone. I watched the first 2 episodes of Redo of Healer and just said there's nothing happening here, so I dropped it. Like, I'm fine with hentai, guys, don't get me wrong there, it's just, you know, if you're going to have plot, at least make it interesting. It's basically just revenge anime, that's it. But anyway, that has nothing to do with the show we're talking about today.
Back on topic.
Yes, so basically this is a show, obviously, about a demon lord that has been summoned, but you're not meant to do it like that. That's the most broad explanation I can think of, honestly. So yes, we've basically got a man, an otaku, a loner, who's just been playing an MMO for the past god knows how many years by himself in his room. Kind of sounds like us, just without the MMO thing.
We can never get into them.
No, every time we find one, we just cannot get into it at all. We had one going with, like, Black Desert Online for a wee bit, but then we just got really bored of it.
But then the update happened and the lag started happening.
Yeah, the game got really laggy for some reason. Again, back on topic. This is getting intense. So, yeah, he gets summoned because these 2 girls are summoning the Demon Lord. What were they doing, trying to summon him again?
They were trying to summon a monster so they can enslave it for their own means.
That's right. So they tried to summon him. It didn't go too well because as soon as they tried to use the enslavement spell, they realized he's got an anti-magic like coat that reflects everything.
Ring.
Oh, ring.
It's a ring.
Okay. And like basically, they immediately become slaves within like the first, I don't know, minute of the show, and then it's like, okay, I know where this is going. And yeah, basically, they just have to end up having to trust him. And since he's so socially inept, he can't talk like a real person. He has to play his character, which is a demon lord. So on the inside, he's just a shy, you know, nerdy otaku, but on the outside, he's screaming about being the demon lord and how everyone has to bow before him because that's the only way he can interact with people.
And gets into awkward situations because of it.
Oh yeah, whenever someone's like, okay, do not say that around this person. Psych!
Guess what he does next?
He does it around the person. It's a kind of a funny joke here and there, but it's like, it's obvious because every time it happens, you're like, well, yeah, of course. It had to happen, didn't it? It's his character. Yeah, that's honestly one of the things that this show kind of didn't do very well. It's just that everything kind of happened, but like, honestly, the only one part of the show actually caught me off guard, and that was later in the season. And yeah, other than that, everything else was kind of like, okay, that happened. Oh, now he's in bed with the girls again. Oh, now they're trying to have sex with him again.
And now his hands are going to touch the booba, so he can't control them.
Yes, so they conveniently fall on him, and oh no, my hands are on your chest. How does this keep happening? Anime, that's how it happens. So yeah, let's go a wee bit more into the depth of the plot, because people might be curious about what happens in the show. Honestly, if you're watching a hentai / ecchi show, most of the time there isn't a plot unless it's High School DxD. But this one comes kind of close in that regard. It has a semblance of a plot, but not a very interesting one. So we find out that Diablo is incredibly overpowered, and, you know, with all overpowered characters, they're able to one-shot all the characters that the normal people go, "That's impossible, how could he do that?" And he's just like, haha, I am a demon lord.
It's called not having a life.
Yeah, just not having a life and been grinding in an MMO for the past, 5 years or something.
It's like what happens after you play a 100% NEP game. You lose all will to live, and I've done that twice now.
I'm still just flabbergasted why you bother to do that, to be honest. But regardless, I might have forgot to mention earlier that Diablo is basically reincarnated as his game character from the game he played in this world that looks exactly like the game he played. So that means he knows how everything works out, and he has all of his spells, his equipment, all that jazz. So pretty much everything happens the way he knows, for the most part. It's pretty much just a carbon copy of the game he was playing, except for a few things which change later on.
Is that a level 30 summon?
Yeah. Level 150. I did like the amount of English in this show. It was quite funny to hear. Yes, we did watch this subbed, by the way, because overall I prefer my anime subbed nowadays. I don't mind dubbed, don't get me wrong. With Rosario, the video I made recently, I watched that in completely dub, and it was good. It's just I don't trust most of the time dubs nowadays, because having watched Rosario, I realized how little political messages and agendas there are in those dubs compared to nowadays. They didn't reference feminism or, anything like that wasn't...
Patriarchy!
Yeah, the hierarchy. It's like, that doesn't have anything to do with the story. Why are you adding it in? But yeah, so I'll be the one to say it. Might be an unpopular opinion, but old dubs, voice acting might not have been the best, but at least it was more accurate. Depending on the show, of course, but, it's like, damn, man. That's
one
sad.
show which failed in all aspects of being faithful.
To be fair, I don't think they were trying. Ghost stories. So, okay, yes, once again, back to the plot. We keep going off the topic here, but I feel like that's a good part for discussion and getting a more length in the video for ad sets. Who am I kidding? We don't have ads. We don't have ads. We will never have ads. Unless you guys subscribe and hit the like button.
Years.
I promise we will not be as shameful as the other... shameless, sorry, as the other creators. We're trying our best here, but we don't want to force people to subscribe and like and ding the bell. I do ask at the end of the video, but that's because at the end of the video almost no one's there and they won't complain about it. So anyway, basically we find out Diablo is super overpowered, all that jazz, generic OP character. And I'm just going to kind of abbreviate over everything because I'm only going to talk about the essential plot elements, because everything in between is incredibly boring and doesn't have anything to do with anything, really. Except for Emil. He is,
something.
He's a character. He is the hero to all women. I think that's what he calls himself. And, self-proclaimed hero to all women, so...
If you're very shiny gold armor.
Yeah, he does. He's basically, if you guys have played Dark Souls, he looks exactly like the guy who kills the Firelink Maiden. That's a very obscure reference, but he looks pretty much exactly like her, except he's a likable character.
Likable to some extent?
Well, he's more likable than the Firelink Killer, okay? I don't even know what his name, that's how much I hate the dude. So, yeah. Diablo, at some point, finds out that there's a giant army trying to invade the capital of Fallen, which are these demons, or devils. I guess that's what you would classify them as. And I think they were trying to get into the capital to try and find Rem, right? To try and awaken the Demon Lord.
Yes, but you just glossed over the fact that you forgot to add that one thing.
Yes, yeah. Rem is holding the Demon Lord. Yeah, we've completely glossed over the girls, even though the girls are like the main reason people watch this show. Yeah, so Rem is a cute cat girl, because of course, she's as flat as an ironing board, and she has fucking Satan in her stomach, so that's cool. And there's Shara, which is the big titty dumb elf, which comes from royalty and ran away from home to become more independent. And also she didn't want to marry her brother because, incest. Yeah, gotta love anime. Anyway, so yes, this fallen army is trying to invade this town so that they can get the demon lord, which they worship, out of Rem. Diablo obliterates all of them.
With one white Nova.
Yeah, White Nova! Yeah, it's great because all of the names he uses for his attacks are all broken English. Oh, White Nova! It's fun. And we meet this tan girl, which I think is incredibly underused, honestly, because she has a weird dialect where every time she speaks, it sounds like she's not speaking Japanese, but I think she is. It's such a weird dialect, I don't get it, but yeah, and she speaks very broken Japanese, I think that's the point, but yeah, she speaks some language, and she's a cool character. She's pretty overpowered at that point in the series, but obviously Diablo doesn't even try. He's just like, oh, that's cute. You're level 70? Ha! Yeah. So then we later find out that we meet this red-haired paladin girl, which, is a nice girl. She's very pleasant and has nothing bad happen in the later parts at all. I don't know why. Now, why would you think that? I don't know why you would think that. And yeah, this red paladin, she's all righteous and all that jazz, helping the innocent. And later on, we find out that Diablo is going to try and get the demon lord out of Rem. And in my notes here, I have in my notes that Diablo star-fingered her. I'm sorry, that's just really funny to me, I don't know why. Is that a JoJo reference someone's asking? Yes, it is. So he star-fingered her to get a... I'm honestly just a wee bit more concerned that was the only way to do it, but whatever. The writer knew what he was doing. And yeah, the writer obviously loves Zetchi because this entire series is just brittled with boobs bouncing and naked girls and it's just a lot of things. Like, they even somehow managed to make the flat-chested girl attractive. Like, that usually doesn't happen that often, but hey, it happened. So there you go. If you're into flat-chested girls, this show is pretty good because she's honest.
I'm looking at two people in particular from that one podcast.
Exactly. And you liking lollies? Anyway. So, then of course, when he starts fingering her and awakens the demon lord, she's all like, hey, I'm back, Lamau, and then they're like, oh cool, we're gonna fight? Nah, not really. Okay.
Cookie?
You want a biscuit? So yeah, then they start bribing the demon lord with not blowing up the entire world by feeding her biscuits. Eventually the fallen dark skin girl comes back and tries to try and make the demon lord go to her full form, because the demon lord currently is just a teeny weeny little lolly. I don't know what it is with anime and making demon lords lollies. Like, we have it in Mushoku Tensei, we have it in what is it? A slime. There's so many demon lord lollies.
It's fun?
I guess it's just kind of like breaking the normality, but at some point when you've done it so many times, that becomes the normality. Like, I'd be more surprised if a demon lord was a man for once. It's a strange trend of events, to be honest. Okay. Yep, so we find out that red-haired girl is a bitch. Who would have thought red-haired girl is a bitch? That's never happened in an anime before. Sorry, I got something caught in my throat. So
Bitch.
yeah, bitch and whore. God, the dub really went off in that one, didn't it? I didn't expect that. Just, yes, your name will now be bitch and your adventurer name whore. Just
Poggers.
Damn. Anyway, different show. So we find out that she's a Satan worshipper, or demon lord worshipper. I just call them Satan worshippers because that's more fun. And she concocts this plan to get another paladin who's trying to hunt down the demon lord.
Sword scrapey guy.
Yeah, he's scraping his
Fucking
swords.
hell.
It's like chalk. Fingernails on a chalkboard. Sorry, that's what I meant to say. And it's very painful. He also never opens his eyes, so he's one of those characters. And
I mean, he does, but
oh yeah, like once or twice when he's getting serious.
when he actually uses his one ability, which was fucking useless in the end.
Yeah, wasn't his ability like to freeze people?
Petrification.
Yeah. That's right, he tried to use it on Diablo and he froze himself. Forgot about that. So he comes back with a vengeance to try and, get the demon lord. The lolly one, not Diablo. And he captures them, and this is the part that actually kind of surprised me. I didn't expect them to go this way, but they actually almost brutally murdered Rem. the cute flat-chested girl, which I ended up having as my favorite girl of the series, just because she had the most development at that point. And man, it was pretty brutal. Like, she was getting stabbed and like blood was gushing everywhere, and it's like, damn, okay. that was kind of hard to watch. I felt bad. And just watching the lolly demon lord, Clem, I think that's her abbreviated name, just freaking out, like, to fight back, do something. I could literally kill these guys if you let me. It's like, no. I'm just gonna die. I'm about to hit house. So Rem nearly dies. She doesn't actually die, because if she did, I think there would be riots in the streets. And Clem transforms into the giant demon lord, immediately killing everybody in the area. So that was nice. And Diablo shows up with all of his potions. Because
which he hands them all off to Rem.
Yeah, he literally gave every single one of them to Rem just to save her life. And yeah, so Diablo now has to fight Clem, the full demon lord, and he realizes all of his attacks, normal attacks, are completely useless against her. Like nothing.
No, it's more like they will blow up the entire city. You need to one that's more concentrated.
Oh, okay.
That was the exact reason.
Okay, well in that case, yeah, that. So he ends up going through this like 12-step magic thing.
I think halfway through he gets hit by a coffin.
Yes, he's bringing that one up.
Funny.
It is funny. He gets hit by a coffin and we go, well, I guess he died. At least he died in the coffin. So, yeah, that was something we couldn't stop laughing at for some reason when it happened. So, yeah, he got hit by the coffin and he goes, haha, you fool, I've already finished my magic. And he sets it off, like, literally eviscerates the demon lord, and she goes back to being normal Clem, and that's it. Oh, and red-haired girl shows up like, oh, sorry, I'm a demon worshipper, haha.
Oh, sorry, bye, lol.
Forgive me? Wink, wink. Well, actually, no, she wanted them to kill her, to be fair. But no, Diablo was like, no. Just do better. So she went off on a journey to do better. I mean, she kind of didn't. Season 2 kind of shows she's still a demon lord worshipper, but yeah. So that's the end of season 1, pretty much, because like overall, there's not a whole lot more to the plot. That's it. Like, oh yeah, just woo, he killed the demon lord, and now everyone's trying to fuck him again. Like. That's it. That's all she wrote.
That's life.
Yeah, that's an itchy show for you. Overall, I wasn't disappointed. In fact, I was kind of surprised by, like I said, the Rem part where she almost died. Like, I genuinely didn't see that one coming. Like, it was really dark, completely out of nowhere. Like, damn. I didn't expect the show to go that way, but okay. It's probably for the best. Otherwise, I would have found it very boring. The ecchi moments were good. The animation was surprisingly decent for this show, actually. Like, obviously it's not ufotable or, Aniplex level quality, but, for an ecchi show that has the occasional action in it, I do think it did a pretty good job. Yeah, I mean, overall, the studio that made it doesn't actually have that much of a track record. They basically, the only one I know that is good from them is Ascendance of a Bookworm. I haven't watched it, but Otaku Spirit just constantly talk about it, so I'll say it's good on their behalf. And yeah, I mean, overall, the studio didn't have that much going for it, but they managed to pull it off, so I'm not complaining.
I mean, I'm not one to trust their opinions since, like Kokono is the favorite High School DxD girl song.
You just had to bring that one up, didn't you? Yes, this is an official call-out to the Otaku Spirit hosts. Jared wants to fight you on how Konako, or whatever her name is, Cat Girl from High School DxD, is not the best girl of High School DxD. So, there you go. If you accept the challenge, we will get into a debate, or something. That'd be fun. That'd be funny. To debate on who the best girl of High School DxD is. Anyway, did you have any overall thoughts on the first season of How Not to Summon a Demon Lord?
Honestly, there's nothing much more to say about it.
Yeah, it was just an okay show, really. That's about it. It had its ups and its downs. The downs were mainly just, can we please stop staring at Shira's chest for 5 minutes?
No,
I don't think we will. And sometimes the plot just felt like very convenient. Like, oh, now I have this magical spell that can do the specific thing that I need to do right now. Like, okay, sure. That's progression right there. I don't know, I feel like I'm a bit jaded on the overpowered characters now, because just when everything works out completely normal, it just feels really tasteless in a way. Like, oh, well, no struggles happened. Like, you knew they were going to win from the beginning. But anyway, we're just going to finish this episode off, because we talked for 20 minutes straight on this season. And the next episode won't be as long, because there's not that much to talk about in that one, but I want to split it up into 2 videos, so there you go. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, ding the bell button, like the video, dislike it, whatever you choose. Comment down below telling us what you thought of How Not to Summon a Demon Lord.
Not that you can see it anymore.
That is true, our channel has been hit by the dislike thing, so you can officially not see how many dislikes we have. So, please don't mass dislike our videos, because we can still see it and it'll make us cry. So, yes, overall, leave us a comment telling us what you thought of the series, and if you haven't seen it, what's got your interest in it, or if you have no interest, tell us why. I don't know, just leave us a comment, please. And overall, we'll see you in the next video. Peace out.